Welcome to Steve Means Business, the podcast dedicated to promoting and highlighting small business all across America. As an entrepreneur who has launched many small businesses in various industries over the years and blessed with the gift of gab, Steve was made for this podcast. Let's do this.
Okay, welcome to Steve Means Business, episode Whopper number 2. Big thing, right? And I'm at one of my favorite places, Paulys in Scottsdale. There's no way I was going to do this from office chair to office chair. We had to do this on site, get the ambiance. We're actually in the middle of the day. It's 115 out, and we wanted a little bit quiet past the lunch rush before dinner. I've got Dave, the owner of Paulys, right here. Dave, this is where we're going, right over here. I love Paulys. This is absolutely, hands down, my favorite New York-style authentic pizza in all of Arizona. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Steve.
Appreciate you being such a great host.
Yes.
Tell us all about you and Paulys and give us the scoop.
Well, Paulys has been here for 28 years now. He actually originally was NYPD. It was the first NYPD in the Valley back in '96. And went from 96 to 2006 as NYPD. And then they went corporate, sold out, and at that time, Pauly, who was working with them in NYPD, he basically just put his name up on there, switched everything over, and ran it as Paulys. Went back to the original recipes, and because NYPD, once they took over corporate, they kind of started cutting corners and started doing things to save money. So they kind of changed things up. And he just stuck to the original, doing everything by scratch and stick with the old recipes. So Pauly ran it from 2016 or 2006 to 2016, and then I came in, met Pauly, and he offered me the opportunity to take over and work with him for a couple of years, and then after I think it was September in 2017, signed the paperwork and took over. Yeah.
So I mean, this is the American dream. Here it is. You worked in the restaurant food industry, and just as a regular worker, if you will, and just by meeting Pauly, here it is. You work for him, and you work your way up, manage the store. And when Dave took it over, and in the last couple of years, they really, just for full context, guys, I came here since day one. It was a little tiny store. It's probably a third of what it is now. About 6-7 years ago, you guys did a renovation, what have you. It's beautiful, and we're trying to get the wide angle. And just full disclosure, guys, we're doing this from my iPhone. We had a little computer issues. iPhone came in handy, saved the day, so hopefully this is coming out great. But this really has taken off. The menu, we're going to get into that. The renovation, it's so much nicer, larger capacity, everything. And you went from here to here with this. Everybody in town knows this is the best place for New York authentic pizzas. A couple of things I want to ask you about. And also, being around the iPhone, we'll just speak up a little bit because I'm not sure how great the microphone is. But what makes this the favorite New York-style pizza for so many people in town? What's the difference maker here?
Well, originally when I took over for Pauly, I was really concerned because a lot of times when you have an owner who's been in a place for a while and they've been pretty successful in what they do, people are kind of really concerned, especially when they know somebody else has taken over. Things won't quite be the same, this and that. So I wanted to be better, and I wanted to make sure that everything that was on the up and up, and that when people came in, that they not only thought that, hey, this was what it used to be, but this is even better. So I was really on everything here all the time, making sure all the product was just spot on. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. What makes us really good here, obviously, is three pillars to things that we do here. Obviously, with the product, which is the main thing we'll go over first, is we have the best crust in the whole.
Right. Yeah. How rude is this? I'm eating right where he's talking.
It's the crust because anybody can get the same ingredients. People can all buy the same cheese, the sauces, and the pepperonis, and the vegetables. Obviously, from Paulys places, so like people can always get their hands on that. But what's hard to replicate with the New York is style pizza is the crust. The foldability, be able to hold up, have a slice, be able to hold up where you can fold it in.
Good texture, good undercarriage.
A lot of places you'll go to, it looks like New York style pizza, but the flavor profile is not there.
Right. So here's proof positive. Here's the undercarriage, as Portnoy says. There's a pepperoni slice. I love it, and I love it a little well done and crispy like this. This is we have a place like this on every corner back home in New York City where I'm from. I'm from Brooklyn. And so to have a place like this out here is like, we're so grateful because we don't have enough of them. And I am partial wearing the gear. I always love it. They give you this gear if you've had more than 1,000 slices here. No, but
well, that's the thing,
it is so authentic.
We're not, we don't claim to be the best pizza in the world, although some people come in here and say, this is some of the best pizza I've had, but we just want people to get that same feel that they have when they're in New York, that they're going to say, you know what, this reminds me of home. Wow, they're going to go and talk to somebody else who's from back east and say, you got to go try this place out. This, it just takes me back to home. And that's our pleasure. That's what makes us, when we hear that, we know we're doing what we're supposed to be doing here. So, the crust is what really makes us stand out, and obviously our attention to detail. You know what I mean? We roll our own dough, we toss our own dough, and we try to use everything as much as we can from scratch. We're blending our own cheese, 2 different types of cheeses, and so we're doing all that attention to detail that we need to do to make sure that the crust and that the product is good. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We also have great sandwiches and great,
We're going to get to that.
Yeah. All the other stuff is amazing too. But the thing that makes us really popular, people, leave us some amazing reviews about how this crust and how the pizza really takes them back to what they're used to having in New York or back east.
It does. I mean, that's what. You're right. There's other good pizza places, but this to me, guys, reminds me of back home more than any other pizza place. The crust, the crunchiness of it, the freshness of it, and that just like bagel places, everyone looks to replicate New York bagels, and that's what, whether it's the water, what have you, but the bread and the dough and the crust, I think that is so important. I love your sauce, and if I could add my 2 cents, obviously, I want him to. He's the star of the show. To tell us. This was the first one of a chain, but they went individual. They broke off, and you guys stayed. Their marinara, I think, is better than any of the other stores or restaurants that were part of this chain before. They all use some different sauce and what have you. I think your meatball parm sandwich or chicken parm done nice and thin is as good as anywhere in town. And to the point where one day, real funny, quick story, I couldn't decide if I want the chicken parm or meatball parm. And that's life's dilemma, right? So I had the eureka moment. I said, wait a minute, I'm going to do half and half. I said, Dave, could you rig me up half meatball parm, half chicken parm? And he said, yeah, we'll do that. I said, we're going to call it the Steve Areno. And Dave was kind enough to put it on the menu. It's on the board so you could order that. But this place, it has so many great memories for me. And it may look a little quiet now. We did this by design. It's 2:30 local Arizona time on a Saturday. They were mobbed for lunch. They're going to be mobbed for dinner. And this was the only time I could get this man's attention, as he's going to go out and make some deliveries for some catering orders at 3 o'clock. So we're trying to do this fast. But tell people, since you've taken over ownership and you renovated and expanded the store, what has that done for you? Your success with the store. How has that made you feel? I mean, tell us a little bit about your journey here and how it's been so successful.
We take a lot of pride in everything we do. So, obviously, there's 3 main pillars that we work, that we stand on. Obviously, the product, which is very important, which we talked about, which is the crust and how we do things here, attention to detail. Obviously, is the customer service and how you make people feel when they come into your place is very important to us. You know what I mean? A lot of places you go to, it's in and out. You don't get that real feel of really talking to a real person as if they really care. You know what I mean? So we try to treat everyone like family here. Make sure that when they come in, it's a welcoming environment, and that because it's an experience.
It is. It absolutely is.
Having a pizza, you go into it's an experience. You want to feel like when you go in a place that they appreciate that you actually showed up to their place for one. You know what I mean? So we there's so many places people can go to. There's pizzerias on every other corner, it seems like. So the fact they chose us, some people drive way across town. Some people are driving from Tucson and having to drive from Flagstaff. They come.
Really?
Yeah, but they say, we're going to town, we're going to have to try you out. Some people, when they're on vacation, whenever they come on vacation, they always stop off to come eat us. And say, we got to stop off there. That means a lot to us, you know what I mean? And
right on.
And it's not about the money, it's about the fact that, that you're giving people an experience and, and that they feel good about it and that they're coming to your restaurant. So that's something that's very important to us, obviously. So how you treat people and how they feel when they come in and when they leave, that they feel really satisfied, not only with the food, but with the customer service and how, the atmosphere, mm-hmm. You get to get a little bit New York vibe. Right. That's the number 2. And then the third pillar, obviously, is the atmosphere as far as cleanliness. You know, you always want to walk in. You want to make sure the carpets are clean when you first walk in. The front doors are Windex. The tables you come in, there's not 7 dirty tables, and you're trying to go around. You know what I mean? That the place is always on the up and up, and that that you feel good. Your restrooms are clean. You know, all that stuff. You know what I mean? So like, obviously, really good product, really good customer service, a really clean environment. Make people comfortable. A lot of people are out on here talking. You know, from New York, they're from New York, back east, they're all having a good time. And so that's something that's really important to us. So those are the 3 main pillars that we stand on here. Is obviously the product, the customer service, the cleanliness of the store, and then all the other stuff falls into place.
So I think that's great. And I could attest to some good stories here. And you'll see some people come in from across and they'll like yell something out. It gets loud. It gets chaotic. Obviously, we purposely pick the slowest time of day. Like I said, it's 115. So I could get this man's attention. But tell some of the people we know during Super Bowl week last year or a couple years ago, the Super Bowl was here in Phoenix. The Phoenix Open Golf Tournament is the biggest party in the world here in Phoenix. And Dave Portnoy was in town. Everybody knows Portnoy for the pizza reviews. Tell the folks and speak up just a little bit. When Portnoy came here, what happened, his review, how great the pizza did, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, well, he came in and we didn't know he was showing up. He usually orders under a different name, and then obviously they'll just come. That way they can get an unbiased pizza and stuff like that. So he had already reviewed a bunch of the really popular places in the valley and stuff like that. And no one was really getting that high review. I think the highest was like 7.2 or 7. Even Pizzeria Bianco or whatever. Some of those other places. And at the time when he came here, we were like maybe the second to last place he had, seen, which I was surprised. You know what I mean? We're a small little hole in the wall.
Time out, St. John's. You got Brian over your shoulder there.
Oh, yeah.
Brian, we're on live. We're on live TV.
We're doing live, Brian. Oh, yeah, cool. This is Brian over here.
Move over a little this way, Brian. Yeah, right over here. Right in the middle, Brian. Say hello. This is one of the key members of Pauly's team.
He comes in on Saturdays here. Yeah, this is Brian.
Right on, Brian. All right, good stuff.
Steve Greenwood.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Pauly's going to finish telling the story. So tell us about Portnoy, Pauly.
So Portnoy came in. Obviously, he gave us a really good review. He gave us, I think it was 7.7 at the time, which is good. You know what I mean? I thought it could have been a little better, but that's fine. You know what I mean? At the time, it was the highest review he gave any place. So I think he was just being really tight at the time. He came back around later on, and I think last year, he started giving out some nice, better scores for some places that people tried and they go, I don't know what he was thinking. You know what I mean? We had to come right back here because his reviews were off a little bit on his last time out.
Right.
But that really helped us out as far as we were already so busy as it is, but we sold out the next day, and for weeks after that we had a hard time just handling the business because we had lines out the door. So it was nice. But we even after that we had Luis Gonzalez. We had Luis Gonzalez come in.
Gonzalez got a picture up there on the wall.
That's his favorite pizzeria. Kurt Warner comes in here. We got a lot of NBA basketball players and GMs and different Steve Kimes coming in for a while. And just, a lot of different guys. So
tell people about. Obviously, people come in, and one of the things when you see I've done some reviews for Pauly before, and one of the things that kind of bothers me is, and I live within 5 minutes of here. And just for context, we're at 90th Street in Violenda in Scottsdale in the Fry's grocery store shopping center. We are just off the side of Fry's. You shouldn't be able to miss it, but the way all these shopping centers are in Arizona, everything is set back so far. You don't get a lot of foot traffic, especially 115-degree heat. People are walking by. In Brooklyn, we're always walking in the streets and this and that. It's different. So you need somebody with a big mouth to get the word out. But I do meet people every day, which it kills me. They live within 5 or 10 minutes of here, and they say, hey, I never heard of them. Because it's set back in the corner of the shopping center. But then I meet tons of people, like you say. I have a buddy who's an HVAC contractor, lives almost an hour away from here. Anytime he's in the metropolitan area, he makes it a point to come here all the time. So we do see a lot of people that know you from the neighborhood, but we also see a lot of people that don't know you, and that just kind of frustrates me. But tell people a little bit about some of the catering that you do, if you're a medical office or the hospitals right here or schools. Tell people some of the things you do for if they want large orders for parties, catering. Speak to that a little bit.
Well, as you said, we have zero visibility. I mean, you can't see us from any road, any street, you know what I mean? So for us to be doing as good as we are, it's all word of mouth. It's all people, and that's our advertisement. There's a lot of, a lot of people spend a lot of money on this and that online stuff. we don't need to really do too much of that. We just put out a really good product, and we let people tell other people about it, and they find us. So we've been really blessed to be able to have the business that we have, and we do a lot of catering. We do, if you need deliveries. Usually, if it's on a weekend night, it's going to be usually through one of those third app parties like DoorDash or Uber or something like that.
Or do you call in like a specialist sometimes to deliver and spread the word?
Yeah, we will. I'll do everything. I'm going to do the dishes. I'm going to deliver your pie. I'm going to, whatever it takes. I'm going to make the pies. But I'll do just about everything.
But in one thing, it is like a family neighborhood kind of thing. I came in one day on a weekday and Dave was on the phone. He says, "Yeah, I just took a $1,800 order, like it was like a $20 order." He says, "But I don't know if I could get it there on time, this and that." So I said, "You want?" I said, "Give me a shirt, give me a hat. I'll zip up there and do it." And it's more fun for me, and that's kind of how I am. And he became a great buddy over the years. I love the food. Obviously, I've told a million people about it, and I started making some of the deliveries on the big catering orders. And I think it was just fun. And we brought like 30 or 40 pies to that one technology company not long ago, and they're just scarfing it down. They're eating it up. Truly, everybody loves their product here. And yeah, I'm biased on this and that, but if it wasn't this great, I wouldn't shout it from the rooftops. And his chicken parm is fantastic. The meatballs, I think, are the best in town. The Big Ziti for me, it's like a couple of years ago, I had the flu. I was sick as a dog and this and that. Probably shouldn't have come in here, but I did come in. And especially from my tribe, they say, "Hey, matzo ball soup or chicken soup or this and that." No, I said, Big Ziti meatballs and give me a dozen garlic nuts just to wash it down. And that was my version of chicken soup to get better. But everything here on the menu is great. The staff is fantastic. They got the games going on. They got music. The vibes are good. It's clean as a whistle here. I don't know if the white shot gets all of it. We got some friends eating here behind us as well. But what
you said was very important too with the staff. That I should have started off with that because without the staff, without good people, we've been blessed with an amazing staff. Wyatt, I give so much credit to Wyatt. He's been with me from the beginning. You know what I mean? He holds it down here all the time, and he's got a lot of passion for this place. And
Chris
is really awesome. They're all really awesome. Wyatt's been like he's family to me, and he's been with me. Like I said, he's as much a partner here, as I'll ever have. So
that's great.
He's basically one of the guys, and we plan on expanding, and he's going to be part of that. You know what I mean? He'll be part of the.
Are you going to look for a second location?
Yeah. Okay. We're definitely going to be looking for a second location and trying to expand, and that's why it's going to make that possible because his passion. We can split up because it's hard to have multiple locations unless you have people there that are really passionate. It's not this isn't cookie cutter type of pizza, so we can't just replicate it to where you can just send it out. You can replicate it, but you need someone there that's going to be passionate enough to make sure that everything's running the way that that our standards the way that we like to have it done.
Okay.
So I definitely look forward to that.
Okay.
Growth, yeah.
What as we wrap this up? What do you want to tell people about? And like I said, we hope the microphone's picking up Dave. I'm loud and whatever, but hopefully the microphone's picking up Dave loud enough. But like I said, first time ever, guys, with an iPhone recording a podcast. What do you want to tell people as we wrap up here about the restaurant, the brand, the store? The floor is yours. You close it out for people. What you want to get across about the restaurant? Go.
Just that we're here to serve, obviously the most authentic New York style pizza you're going to get outside of New York. You know what I mean?
That's right.
You're going to get, you're going to find a clean restaurant. You're going to find, employees who are respectful and appreciative that you're coming to visit us, and you're going to get a product that's has a lot of love put into it, a lot of passion, and that we don't take anything for granted. We don't take our customers for granted. We don't take this business for granted. We don't take anything for granted. So we always trying to make sure that that our customers are satisfied when they come in. So we're hard to find.
I'm going to cover that.
If you've never heard of us before, I think that you'll be pleasantly surprised, and you're going to wonder why you haven't heard of us before, and you'll definitely want to come back and tell somebody about it. That's our goal, and that's what we do here. So and that's it. Like I said, we really appreciate our customer base.
well, hopefully, like I said, this big mouth is doing the job and helping getting the word out. Like we said, it's at 90th Street in Violanda, Yo Pauly's New York Pizza. It's right next to the Fry's grocery store in that shopping center. There's a sports bar next door, Tavern Grill. It is tucked away a little bit. It's literally an 8-iron away from the 90th Street exit off the 101 over here. You've got to check out Yo Pauly's. For my money, it's absolutely the best New York authentic pizza in town. Like I said, their chicken parm, their meatballs, their baked ziti. Everything is great here. We even have some people here. Guys, do you like the food here at Yo Pauly's or what? Yeah. All right. They're a little bit on the take, but no, they are regulars here as well. Like I said, we purposely picked the slowest time of day. It's going to be a zoo here later, but I'm going to list a whole bunch of information here, do all the edits. Definitely check out Yo Pauly's. Dave, thanks for the time.
Thanks, Steve.
All right. All good stuff. Take care, guys.
That's going to do it for today's episode of Steve Means Business. Be sure to subscribe and share this podcast with all your friends. Keep a heads up for episodes every week.